What's up, lads? Couch Pundits here. Um, so we just watched the Chelsea versus Real, the first leg of the Champions League semi-finals. Um, what was your take on it, Adam?
Uh, yeah, obviously, as a Chelsea fan, I was happy overall. Obviously, before the game, a 1-1 draw with the away goal looks unbelievable. But I think when you look back at the game, the chances that we missed, were so bad. Like, that, obviously, that Werner one's the main one. Like, I don't want to give him too much stick. Like, the fella just gets abused all the time. But there was other chances as well. It wasn't even just that. Like, the amount of times Chelsea in that first kind of half an hour, 40 minutes that they went through, and it was honestly three versus two or three versus three, and they just gave the wrong ball, or like they just had too much weight in the ball. I understand, like it was literally lashing rain, so that probably played a part in it, but like there was five or six times where that happened. Overall, I think Chelsea were honestly like the better team. Like I was shocked at how bad Madrid were. I think it was down to, and like I'm not one to criticize Zidane because I think he's an unbelievable manager tactically, especially, but I think him trying to go man for man from the off was a bad decision. Going matching Chelsea's five at the back, and then I just think the first half, like the first half, literally just passed Madrid's midfield by, and they're the three players on the team you want to get involved. Like Cruz and Modric definitely had a bigger role to play in the second half. Then when they went to the four at the back, um, but, in terms of the goals, like Chelsea obviously got off to an unbelievable start with Pulisic. I was delighted. Like I couldn't believe that he kept such composure in that situation. Like I just expected him to blast it as soon as he got it, as soon as he took the touchdown. But it was an unreal goal. And then obviously Benzema scored that goal. That was a quality again, just a set piece. But like as you were saying during the game, like it was literally a touch with his head, and then like just almost like an overhead kick. Like he's something else. That goal brings him to 70. He's 71 Champions League goals now, drawn with Raul. He's the fourth highest goals in the Champions League out of any player ever, like only behind Messi, Ronaldo, and Lewandowski. Like he's something else. But I do think it is a bit annoying looking back in the game because I feel like there was definitely a second goal. Like I was saying during that first half, we need to score another goal while we're creating all these chances because there's no way Madrid aren't going to score for the rest of the game. I just felt like Madrid were, even though Chelsea did look good. I always felt like Madrid, it would have to be a set piece or like a penalty or something, like a deflection or something. Like, because I honestly thought Chelsea were a better team for nearly the entire game. Like, even in the second half, when Madrid started getting back into it, when they went to four at the back and they had Kroos and Modric getting into the game, or I still feel like Mount and especially Ziyech when he came on, like, they just had so much problems. And Kante was quality again, as he's been for the last 4 months, 3 months since Tuchel came in. But overall, I know but before the game, I would have taken this result, a score draw, get the away goal back to the bridge. You need to just, if you win, you're through. And Chelsea have such an unbelievable defensive record, but that's kind of taking it out of context. In general, like I'm slightly disappointed because we had so many chances, but at the same time, I can't say I'm too disappointed. Like I'm happy, but I'm slightly disappointed if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think like we were talking like throughout the game, and at the start we talked about the lineup. Where I said to you that it was a bit weird that the way they were lining up, and you pointed out that they're probably going man to man. Um, yeah, at the time I thought it was really weird, but as like the game progressed and like it wasn't working, I kind of think that Zidane went for like, all right, we'll go and match them man for man, and especially with Marcelo and Carvajal being like the kind of the main two that I'm going to point out here because they were the big difference.
Mm.
Was to almost, I feel, contain Chilwell and Azpilicueta, and it just completely backfired, left loads of space in behind. So I do like, I agree with you on everything there that you said about Zidane, that he has like always been like really good tactically. Like it was the reason why they got through against Liverpool. You know, that first leg tactically he just got it completely spot on. Um, but he got it completely wrong in that first half, and which is allowed from every manager. Like I'm not completely slating him. Like at the end of the day, it ended 1-1. Um, I actually missed the Pulisic goal. But I did obviously get back and see it, and yeah, I agree with you. He did do that thing where like he takes it past the keeper. There's a few players in the line, and you think like this could go absolutely anywhere.
Yeah.
And like, to be honest with you, like he stays composed and all, but like it still takes a deflection. Like, now I know there's players
Yeah,
on
I
the line.
know.
It's hard not to, but I was like, God. Um, yeah, I basically agree with everything that you said there. I think Kante was a massive part of that first half dominance that Chelsea like nailed down, where it was, he basically did what Liverpool failed to do in the first game. Obviously, comparing it to that game, because he pressed Kroos and Modric and Casemiro as well, but mostly Kroos. That's the main one, because he took away that ability to just like ping balls.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think like, look, Real Madrid were awful on the day. Like, let's be honest here. Like, okay, they got away with one basically because Chelsea failed to put away a few chances. But like, they gave Benzema nothing. Like, the fella got a goal from his only decent chance basically. I don't know. I
Yeah,
can't
like
remember another
even
one.
I know everyone could say, "Oh, like he hit the post," but like that would have been so lucky as well. Like not lucky. Like, and he is
Oh yeah, that's
quality and he
100%.
has the ability to do that. But like, if he hits a shot from 25 yards out with his left foot, like top corner, you're thinking like it's not our day. Like, so I
Yeah,
feel like that would have just they were the only kind of goals I thought. The only way I thought Madrid were going to get goals if just an unbelievable moment of quality from Benzema or maybe Vinicius, or then yeah, like a set piece, a deflection. Like I never thought like a goal like what Cruz pass against Liverpool. Like I never thought something like that was going to happen. I just feel like as well, like the first half was so much intensity. I feel like both sides came out of the blocks really pressing each other. Like I think Chelsea definitely Tuchel's like so tactically aware. Like he definitely would have noted that Liverpool literally lost the tie in the first leg from just first half not pressing Cruz and Modric and giving them too much time and space, and basically 2 goals came from not pressing Cruz. He definitely came out to stop that because every time a player literally got the ball, one of Madrid's midfielders, like there was 2 men on him. But then it was actually the same for the other way around. One thing though I did notice was that whenever Chelsea played the ball through the lines and they gonna bypass Madrid's midfield, which was fairly easy because Marcelo and Carvajal were pushed so high. I felt like that it was always 3 versus 3 or at least 2 versus 3. And I don't really like those centre halves. Like I know Varane is like obviously World Cup winner and he's won so many Champions Leagues, but he's never really the last few years. Whenever I've watched him, like I don't watch him every week, but he never really fills me with like he wouldn't scare me that much. Whereas like Ramos, like I think Ramos apparently is meant to be back for the second leg. He would scare me, but um, Nacho, Varane, and Militao was good actually. To be fair to
yeah,
him,
I
but
rate Militao. I like Militao a lot.
yeah, he's so quick, like, and he's proper aggressive as well. But no, I think I don't. I actually just felt like that the fact that Werner, Werner and Mount, whenever they got the ball in the first half, and Pulisic, I just felt like they always turned and had so much space. But then the second half, Zidane definitely talked to them at half time and just said, whenever one of those kind of front three get the ball, like, don't let them turn because every time Mount received the ball, it's back to goal. He whenever he tried to turn, there's someone literally in his face. Whereas the first half, he could literally turn and to be 10 yards of space. I think that was a massive thing as to why Chelsea were getting so many chances. And I think Madrid and Chelsea just got a bit tired from the first half. To be honest, they're both pressing so much, so intense, and I think that kind of made the second half a bit more dull. Like there was no real chances in the second half. I was a bit annoyed. Well, no, I was annoyed when Werner missed that chance. Like that was just such a big moment. But I don't even want to give any like airtime to like slagging off Werner because like I know people can say like, oh, he's useless or this or that, whatever. Like at the end of the day, and I'm not saying he's world class or anything, but he has 23 goal contributions this year, like
Yeah,
11 goals, 12 assists. He's won 7 penalties, as well. Like I just think he actually adds so much. Like he's not one of them players who's kind of his only goals. Like he actually does add so much, like in terms of open play as well. But I know he's not. He's not. I'm not saying he's not like a Benzema or a Ronaldo or something. But
yeah.
I wouldn't give him too much abuse, but yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's her.
he starts up front for Banter FC, lining up beside Maguire and Trent. Basically, that's what
Yeah,
happens.
he's one of the, yeah, he's I hate that like the way them players just are turning into like they're turning into memes when like he's actually like such a good player. Like he's like think of it, this is his worst ever season by far, and he has 23 goal contributions. Like he'll probably finish the season on 30. Like
Yeah,
probably what 10 games left maybe the season.
yeah,
Like maybe 26, 27. Like that's not
yeah.
bad. Like
No,
if this is
definitely
a
not.
shocking first season that he's getting 26 contributions, that's not a shocking first season. Like
No.
wonder what a good season would be.
Yeah. Yeah. I think when I watched the game, one thing that stood out for me was how, especially in the first half, how separated Madrid's, uh, I guess, lines were. Away from each other, like the defensive line, midfield line, and forward line. It was like someone told them that they were never allowed to join another area of the pitch. Like they had to stay that way. Because as
Yeah.
soon as Chelsea beat the midfield and they were through on the, 3v3s and 2v3s, as you said, like it was like the midfield just said, like, all right, best of luck, lads, and just left it. Like there was no like, did you notice that? Like, I know I'm kind of
I just
explaining
yeah,
it badly.
I always just no, I understand exactly what you mean. I always just felt like there was just a massive gap between like you kind of easily beat Vinicius and Benzema, like you just passed out the back. But
Yeah,
this is the thing I was saying to you. I don't know what podcast it was a few weeks ago, but the Jorginho in these games comes in so clutch, like for Chelsea. Like I would have had, I know he was injured anyway, but I would have had Jorginho in over Kovacic in this game anyway.
yeah,
Just the fact that Jorginho passes through lines so well, like he's honestly one of the most comfortable players I've seen getting the ball off a centre half
yeah,
or a goalkeeper in a risky kind of position with someone kind of up his back. And he still kind of manages to play it through the lines, and he's never like he does make the odd bad pass, but that's normal playing in that position. But like I always just felt like him or Kante, they always found the player in space, and like as much as that's down to them making really good passes and getting their head up, it's also down to Madrid just being so poor. Like as you said with Carvajal and Marcelo, like I was just so surprised. Like why aren't you playing Mendy? Like I know I said it before. I don't watch Madrid every week, but I know Mendy starts for Madrid. Like why are you
yeah,
playing Marcelo? Like I know he's more attacking and like he's probably like better on the ball, but like Mendy is so athletic getting up and down that side. He's miles better defensively. He gives you so much more. And it's not like I know Marcelo's probably more suited in terms of the attacking side where he probably can put a better ball in the box, but I just thought it was such a strange decision to leave Mendy out, and they definitely regretted it. Like there's no way Zidane will play that second leg. He's definitely going to go 4-3-3 second leg and just go
yeah.
back to basics.
One last thing before we look at tomorrow's game. If you had to pick one player, I don't know who got man of the match.
I don't know. I actually don't
Yeah,
know.
I couldn't tell you. Who's your man of the match though?
Um, such a tough one. There's a few players. I'd probably give it to Pulisic though. Not even just for the goal. Like the goal was unbelievable. But just the fact that he pressed so well, like he gave so many, like he was so good in the final third. Like there was times where he could have scored, and that like the final ball let him down, or even that time where he should have had an assist as well. At Werner, like that
Yeah,
header he lays down to Werner with that chance. That's an unbelievable like header. Like I thought he was going to shoot straight away, but as I said again with the goal, like he just has that composure in that position, and overall he pressed so well. He was such a threat to Madrid, and he was literally just running amok against Nacho on the left side of that defense and Marcelo. So who would you give it to?
Kante is my pick.
Kante, yeah. No, he was the other person I was thinking of.
Yeah, Kante's progressive runs are just unbelievable. Like he's just one of
Oh,
those
he
players.
literally has everything.
Always has
Like,
legs. He just always has legs. Like when everyone else is dying on the pitch, he just bursts into life. Like he did it
yeah,
against Atletico, I think it was it?
yeah.
Where he just like
It's like he
took
gets a
off.
second win, but then he gets
Yeah,
about 8 wins.
it was
Gets
like
a
the
win every 10
87th.
minutes.
It was like the 87th minute of the match, and everyone was dying, and he just ran up the wing with the ball like as if it was nobody's business.
Like,
He's
what does he
unbelievable.
like?
Like, oh, I don't even know. Like, just a load of
I
rice
have
or
no
something.
clue. Yeah, fella just
um,
injects caffeine into himself before every game.
yeah, he's
But yeah,
unbelievable.
no,
Like, he's found that old form that just like puts him up there
yeah,
with like I
that like
it
2016 to 2018 kind of form where he was
yeah
just like
like
the best six in the world, no doubt, like no
if
comparison.
if Tuchel can get like another 2 seasons of this album, like the fella's gone into the history books as like probably the best
I
season in
hear,
Premier
like,
League
let's be
history.
honest,
Like,
if Tuchel's just not gonna be there for 2 years, like he can win this Champions League, like he's just not gonna be there in 2 years, like
yeah.
that would literally be a miracle. There's about as
Um,
much chance as me being Chelsea manager as there is for him lasting 2 years. But anyway,
tomorrow's
what we're gonna
games,
move on to the next
not
game, yeah.
tomorrow's game, but
Is this in the Parc de France or is
I
it in
have
Etihad?
absolutely no idea. Um,
I think it's in the Parc de France.
yeah, I've got absolutely
Wasn't there a
no
preview
idea.
in the game? They showed the Eiffel Tower, and I'm pretty sure that's not in Manchester. So
It's in Parc de France. Parc de whatever it
yeah.
is. Parc de
Oh, it's gonna be. I feel like as a neutral, this is the game everyone's looking forward to. Like as much as Chelsea, Madrid is a good one. It's definitely a lot more like on paper before you watch either of them. You say that's gonna be the cagey one, and the Madrid City one's gonna be the goals.
yeah,
I don't know, like, because City have people do forget, like, City do have one of the best. Like, I think it is Chelsea and City who do have the best fences in Europe. Like, they both have 28 clean sheets this
yeah.
season. United are next on 23. So, they've the best defenses in Europe. I don't know. I don't know about. It's such a tough one to call. Like, if you, I wouldn't be surprised if it was again just like a score draw. Like, I feel like maybe a
Yeah.
2-all or something.
I'm gonna put a thing out here. I have not looked at stats before this, so this is just coming off, whatever I think I know,
Yeah,
whether it's right or wrong.
pure instinct.
Yeah, uh, it's Pep versus Poch once again. I'm pretty sure Poch has a
Yeah,
very good record against Pep, and
yeah,
I
he
just
does.
think that I just feel like every season, well, the past 2 seasons when it was Liverpool and City running for the title, I just always remember thinking, "Oh, City have Spurs soon enough. Like they might drop a few points here," and then I'd
Mm.
usually be happy. Um, and then obviously like on Spurs' run to the Champions League final, they actually knocked out City. Um, something different to be thinking about. Obviously, everyone thinks about
Yeah.
like how Mbappe and Neymar is going to play, how Foden's going to play, all this stuff. You know,
I just hope Guardiola doesn't just do something crazy. Like that's
yeah,
always my one worry about him with
play
these
John
kind of games. Where he
Stones
just
on like left wing or something.
yeah, like just plays Gabriel Jesus in goal. Like you actually just don't know what he do. Like he just sometimes like against Leon, like he just plays a formation that he's just never played or something like that.
Yeah,
Like and don't get me wrong, I think Guardiola is one of the best managers ever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think he will though, because I think he did stick to basics against Dortmund and against Mönchengladbach in the round before that. But
yeah.
if we're going, well, first of all, give us your result tomorrow and who's going through overall in the tie for
Well,
both legs.
I'm sticking to my guns and saying PSG are going to go through.
Yeah,
My result tomorrow, I feel like this is going to be a tight one because PSG just can't afford to concede goals. Like, you know, um,
yeah.
I'm going to say like 2-1 or 1-0.
2-1 PSG.
Yeah, really light.
I hope it's not a 1-0. That'd be a bit of a like
I know it's a bit
letdown.
drab, but
I'm
like,
hoping for like a 2-all. I'm hoping for a 2-all, and I think overall PSG will go through. And I said this, but I think Chelsea will win the Champions League. I just think no man, and I'm not just saying that as biased fan. Well, maybe there is a bit of bias, but I just think there's no one in the world who can manage a game like them.
right,
Like
I'm I'm
honestly, I
holding
just think
I'm
they're so
holding you
good.
to this now. Like Chelsea to win. I'm sticking with my PSG to win. I think if Chelsea come up against PSG in the final, I just feel like PSG are one of those teams that just have the class. It's like if City had like a prime Aguero, like you just know like prime he's up front, like it's Aguero, like he's destined to score.
Yeah,
Like
but Chelsea are the only team this season who've literally nullified every top player they've come up against. Like, there's not been one player who's run amok against Chelsea.
yeah,
I
but
still don't think under Tuchel they've conceded, besides West Brom, obviously.
yeah, that
They
is
haven't
another
conceded
thing.
more than a goal in a game.
That is one thing I am a little bit worried about this Chelsea side is that obviously there's only one like case study that like when a player gets sent off or when they're having a bit of a bad day, the wheels fall off the cart. Like
Yeah, I think that was just a free game. I think that can happen. Like,
That's what I mean. Like if you had like 2 or 3 games to go off, you'd be like, this is a thing. But like, there's only one, so you can't really have an agenda against it.
yeah.
But have you got anything else to add?
No, Chelsea win the Champions League. That's all I have to say.
Right, I'm sticking with
Beating
PSG.
Chelsea. I think I'm saying Chelsea to win the second leg next week in Stamford Bridge. 2-0.
2-0, right? Okay,
And I'm
you
saying
heard it here
PSG to
first.
win tomorrow. PSG to win here tomorrow with City to score.
Yeah,
That's
so
such a tight one.
2-1ish,
I'm not.
like a
I'm just
2-1ish.
guessing. PSG and City. I'm just guessing, but I think PSG go through and they win tomorrow. But it's just a
Fair.
guess. Like I'm not clear, but I'm confident enough for Chelsea. I don't like
Okay.
saying this stuff because I'm real superstitious.
Yeah,
Like I feel like
that's
if
it.
I say it now, they'll
You've heard it
lose.
here first. Breaking news: Chelsea are winning the Champions League.
They
Um.
are.
All right. Well, go follow us on Instagram if you don't. Go follow us on TikTok if you don't. Subscribe to the YouTube. Drop a comment who you think's gonna win, and like the video if you've enjoyed it. Cheers. Thanks.
Thanks very much.